Hello, everyone. Subscribe if you haven't already. Oh, okay. Excuse me. I have the oopsies. I was playing some Raid Blitz with the blindfold stuff. I forgot I had it on. Anyways, we will be continuing our rapid series, unrated, because I swear it is getting hard to talk and play at the same time. Like when I've been rated, I've tried it before, but it's very hard. I used to do it on Leech's Classical on my account before I got banned on there for cheating against a bot in an unrated game. It was also just the Leech's Stockfish level 8. I still don't understand that. I even checked their TOS and it says you can do that. Like I don't understand what went wrong there. I didn't know that that was not allowed. Anyways, oh, I have this rating setting on. Oh my, I have this in rated because I don't want to play like lower rated players than like 2000. So I have some rating things in there, but I might edit this out. Who knows? Anyways, we got against the 1355. Uh, Zaki Zidaki. I don't know. We're gonna play e4 this time. Actually, we're gonna see how that goes. All right, Sicilian, the opening that I hate the most. Let's play. Let's play an Alapin, because why not? We have the d5 thing, and if d5, you take it. If queen takes, you go here. d4. You can go knight f3 as well, but d4 is chill. It gets that imbalance with the IQP straight away. If they take it, which is why I go there, because inbound. Okay, but he doesn't. They don't. They don't do that. Anyways, just just gonna go here. You know, support the center. Maybe if they take, I might even take with the knight and keep this this 3-on-2 going. This 3-on-2 over here. A 3-on-2 is much more dangerous than a 4-on-3 because the 4-on-3 is going to be much like harder like to like get going, to like get rolling and get the ball moving on that one. So anyways, we're gonna go here. This is the just trying to go here and threaten stuff like this. We're still gonna go with the knight c4 though, because threatens a fork and also gets a knight supported into the e5 square, which is also nice. And once this happens, this knight controls the c4 square, which could potentially kick the queen out if it doesn't move, which it doesn't. I thought that might happen. And since the queen has not moved, how do I want to play this? And this is covered 3 times versus 2 attackers, so there's no need to do anything crazy. A4 looks kind of chill. We're gonna go here, stopping b5 and also trying to get the knight in here in a different way. Opponent goes there anyways, and because of that, we kind of just have free reign over the center here. Apologies for the background noise. There is some activities going on outside my door. And okay, first of all, what do we take with here? Do we take with the knight, getting a nice knight into the center, hitting some stuff, or do we take with the pawn, attacking their knight? Now, what you should also see currently is that the bishop is attacking this pawn, which would hang with check. So given this information, you can pause. Which one should you take with? First of all, you should not take with the pawn right away, because this knight that just took your knight can drop back. So, yes, taking with the pawn is chill, because this pawn falls with check or not, Um, this you can trade queens here, honestly, if you'd like, because what's gonna happen is that the knight is still gonna be under attack. It's not like the queen was attacking the pawn to begin with, and if the knight moves away, that's a free queen. So you can go here, and for the purposes of like being chill and solid, we will do just that. And important to know also that queen c1 does not work. That is a check. And if the bishop blocks with tempo, that is another check. And the bishop can be defended, or there might be some sort of mating attack. Not to mention, if the king ever goes up, take a knight, that would be a check. So for the interests of being solid and being very chill, we're going to go here. And I will pull up the analysis board after the game so that we can look at that together. And now this pawn is falling, not with a check as previously mentioned, but still falling nevertheless. I don't know if that's the correct way to use that sentence, but whatever. We're up a pawn, we're vibing, and we have more space. This pawn is a little bit of annoying. I want to get my 2v1 going as quick as possible. And we do have the bishop pair as well. So does my opponent. I would like to change that. I would either like to have some sort of imbalance or to remove the opponent's the opponent's bishop pair. All right. This would be much easier if there were no rooks on the board. So let's pin the knight to the rook exchange. This does not work. Threatening this with a check and then to take my rook. Because taking the rook this way is a check and then you just take back. If any of you are wondering why that's not a thing, some of you might have not been wondering that, but whatever. I'm just gonna say it anyways. This would try to trade off the bishops. I feel like his dark squared bishop would be nice to get off the board. His light squared bishop isn't going to be doing much, especially with the pin going on here. So trading the dark squared bishop, which is the main defense of the rook and the defense on the pin of the knight, to the rook. Be nice to get that piece off the board. Bum, 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 bum. We are very, very low on time, so it'd be nice to fix that. Now another thing too is we can take, and then we can threaten some stuff with a knight move like this. Problem is that would hang this pawn, which would be unfortunate. Don't really want to do that. I kind of want this to be bishop versus knight, as most of my pawns are untargetable, as they are on a dark square versus a light squared bishop. G2 is the only one that's on a light square. It is defended, and we will be going here, attacking this pawn, and this is just a secondary idea with the attacking of this pawn. I really want to go here and then to here. That's what I really want to do. And our opponent is, there's not really nothing much they can do about it, but that's what we want. To go here, threaten this pawn along the way. If he hangs it, we'll take it. So yeah, if he hands this pawn, we'll take it. Same thing over here. If he hunt it, we would take it, because this is a defended square that we could escape with the knight if it was ever a risk of getting trapped. It was not. Now, we can go here. We can also go here. That's another thing here. But I want to be more flexible, so we are going to just start activating the king here, I believe. And if here, gotta look for potential checks. You can go here. Then this is a a forking idea. So we're just gonna move the king. We're just gonna chill. We're gonna move the king. We're gonna move the king, and everything's gonna be fine. All right, attacks the rook. Now, it's tempting to go here, but I think what's an even better move is to get the rook here and then on to the 7th rank over there, which I think would be nicer. Now, if the drops back attacking the knight, I will get to the 2nd rank with a check. The rook can't block and guard the 2nd rank, or 7th, whatever you want to call it. In this case, it is 7th. But we will be checking. The rook can't block. It's not a defended area. And now we will jump into the center and attack this pawn right here. And if it moves, we are cutting the king off on the back rank, of which will be very, very nice. And if it cuts us off, you can take that, definitely. Might even have some sort of checkmate. What does this move do? It's this. What do we have? Well, we have this. That's check. King forced to go here. And oh, would you look at that? That hits this square as well. So we can take this with check and then come back over here. So we will be doing that. We can take that with check, and our defensive resource over here. Rook comes back to defend that. We are up 2 pawns, with all of our pawns being mostly on dark squares, and the one that is on a light square will fall, but it will be at the cost of 2 more of black's pawns. So definitely worth it, in my opinion. We are going to drop the knight back onto a dark square with tempo, hitting this, hitting the bishop. Pushing is an idea, but black's king is pretty close to the center here, and I really want to activate my knight. This is an attack, but I really want to activate my king with a tempo. And if they take my knight, I will take their bishop, and I will be up so many pawns. It's not even a question on whether that is winning or not. So yeah, we will be attacking the bishop. We all will also be speeding up, as this time situation is a little bit sus. Ugh. Alright. Can go here. Trying to get to this square to hit some stuff like that. Potentially go over there. That seems good enough for me. That is a fork, and again, I want to use my defensive resource to counterattack the bishop so that my king can have a tempo to go and defend the things that need to be defended. All right. And we'll look at after. It's late. We will look at this after the game, though. Pushing the farthest past pawn, always a nice idea. Just push it, make it annoying, make it a threat, make it something spicy to stop. Notice that the king can't even come onto this file, and that is game over. There's no way to stop that. You have to get to this square with the bishop, and they can't do it, so this is a win. You can even take that, but I wouldn't, because you can just take anything that comes here. We're not really even gonna take that. There's no need. If you're trying to be solid, then I mean, yeah, by all means take it. Especially if you have a king on the back rank and you just get attacked by a bunch of pawns. Yeah, you should probably take it, because you don't want to accidentally get checkmated now, do we? We don't want that. Anyways, we're gonna check. King can't come forward, has to go back to some square, of which it will be made very soon. With here, forcing the king back, and we have a nice little free bishop. And there is a promotion. There is a promotion. But this is mate. That is checkmate. How do you spot that? Pawn covering the king. King's in a mating net. King literally can't move. So you take it, and then there's obviously going to be a mate if you check him once again. So that is the thing. Great commentary. The thing. 94% accuracy. Alright, so what happened here? We had a Sicilian, we had a bunch of book stuff. And then, yeah, I was considering between this and this. I just wanted to go here. Not really a... I mean, yeah, bishop e2 was definitely better. b5, still a horrible move. I mean, I know the rook is defended, but it's still a terrible move. And I also should not have taken. I should have gone here. I didn't really see a difference in between that, but yeah, I was definitely wrong for taking. I just thought that the center control with the knights here and the pawn, and I thought these were a little weak, but yeah, I was wrong. Anyways, he takes. Bad move. This tempo on the knight allows us to win a pawn. The queen check, not really important. This is a move also. The bishop can also cover, which could potentially hit this one. The only reason I didn't do that was just to show you that even a pawn's advantage is enough to win an endgame, of which this is. It's plus 1.47. And both sides are castled, and I brought my rook into the center to try to get the rooks off, because a minor piece endgame is much easier to win than a endgame with rooks in it. When you're up a pawn, it's much harder to win. And yes, this was the best move, trying to trade off the defense of the pin that's going on over here. For example, like this might happen, and notice that the knight now can't move, and now we have free reign to, like, for example, here, bang is a fork, and now you take the knight. The point is that they can't move. Who's to say they would have done something else? Probably, but anyways, yeah, we trade off everything, and this was the only winning move, because trying to get in on these weak squares and on like the potential pins, and I was pretty sure that going there was better. There's really nothing you can do to stop farther pawn losses. And we went to the second rank, attacked this pawn. They attacked our pawn, but this is a check, and then we can go back. Takes, and then this is pretty simple. Another thing that you should always be aware of is any defensive resources, which this is a fork. It wins a pawn, but it wins a pawn at the loss of 3, so we are up 3 pawns because we won 1, lost 1, and then gained 1, then won another 1, and then so it's the loss of 3 pawns for 1. By the way, if here, completely winning, up so many pawns. Even if they attack, you can defend this. You are up 4 pawns, completely winning. They didn't do that, which is good. Notice as the attack comes in, this is an attack on the bishop. If you go here, bang, and then you lose the pawn that you won in the center, so that's not even good in any sense. And the rest of this was just very simple. It just pushed the pawn, they couldn't stop it, and then this was mate. I had seen that this is check, and if that I saw that this and then coming back would be mate. I also saw a bishop here. I also see that the can't promote it to anything with check, so that's just mate. And subscribe. See ya.